So today, ladies and gentlemen, the rookies officially report and the start of the Washington Commanders 2025 training camp is underway. We also got some really good news regarding the Washington Commanders rookie class. We're also going to talk a little bit more about the Von Miller signing and an update on Terry McLaurin. No, it's not the update that you want. Let's talk about it.
The way that we live is not for everybody.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
How do you think the rest of Jaden Daniels' career is going to go? If we're, 6, 7 games into Jaden Daniels' career and he's already milking injuries? Like,
stop saying my name, you dick riding bastard. I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she cry for him, and shawty is the winner. You can tell that shawty's love again now, she's confident.
As you guys know, your man Juangotti's computer has officially broke. So if you guys want to help donate towards a new one, feel free. Link down below in the description.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juangotti's here. We have the Washington Commanders video. And in today's video, I'm coming on here with a video where we're going to be talking about the start of rookies reporting to Washington Commanders training camp and a slew of other topics. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. Before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel. If you are new, turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload new videos like this to the channel. We're on the road to 11,000 subscribers, so it'd be greatly appreciated if you haven't reached that goal as soon as possible. Also, subscribe to 4th and 1, as that is my NFL content channel, and I think you guys are going to absolutely love it. And subscribe to the Burgundy Breakdown. That's my group Commanders page. All that links are down below in the description. Let's get straight to it. The rookies report to Washington Commanders training camp today, and it just smells like training camp, you know what I mean? And one of the biggest reasons for this video being made is the fact that all of the Washington Commanders rookies have in fact reported to Washington Commanders training camp, as Trey Harris, Trey Amos, and a slew of other second round rookies were holding out for their guaranteed money in their contracts. But it seems as the Washington Commanders got that under contract, and honestly speaking, that was very important because the amount of attention that's already on the Washington Commanders line for negative contract extensions or lack thereof, we couldn't afford to have another holdout going on, especially not by a rookie, right? Like I said, Trey Harris was really the first one that we seen holding out, and God forbid it got to that point with Trey Amos, because again, we don't need that extra attention that's already been put on our organization due to the fact that Terry McLaurin has not been given a deal. That being said, though, the Washington Commanders have Trey Amos under contract, and the rest of the rookies are in camp. And also, the Washington Commanders went out and obviously signed Von Miller. So, for me, it's just shows that we're pushing everything to the table. We're getting everything done. The adults are back in the building, right? Like, once we see deals get done and stuff starts to happen, that just goes to show you, like, at any point now, Terry McLaurin's deal will get done. And I'm not saying this to, stop you from panicking. If you are, like, feel the way you need to feel, you know what I'm saying, if you think Terry McLaurin has been disrespected and hasn't been able to get his deal done or whatever may have you. But it is the fact that things are starting to happen, ball is getting a rolling. Training camp is here. The vets report on the 22nd, so we'll get some updates throughout the day and throughout the week of the rest of the rookies in terms of how they are starting their sessions, physicals and conditioning and everything is probably going to be what today is all about. Nothing necessarily on field will probably happen, maybe not till Saturday, or maybe not even until the vets get there on Tuesday. But again, it's just the fact that we're back. Right, we're back. We're less than 50 days away from kickoff. You got the Hall of Fame game at the end of the month. Like, we're back. Football is almost here. And I don't care what nobody says. I'm going to watch that Hall of Fame game, at least the first quarter of it, at least, right? Just to see some live football back on television. But Trey Amos is a very, very interesting piece to this defense because he's somebody that I believe is going to be leaned on to have a strong impact soon as week 1 arrives. Like, that's why it was so important to get this deal done, because it's not like it's a second round pick that you think is a project or a guy that you didn't expect to have much playing time or anything like that. No, this is a guy that you truly expect to be out there alongside Marshawn Lattimore, and quite frankly has the opportunity to be the number 1 cornerback on this roster in the future, right? If Marshawn Lattimore doesn't pan out and he ends up, getting cut or released or whatever may have you, this is the guy that we're turning to be the cornerback 1 of the future. We've seen how good and dominant he was at Ole Miss in the SEC, and when the second we drafted Trey Amos, I said, bro, he is the perfect fit for the NFC East. Like, when we think of NFC East cornerbacks and we think of these physical receivers in the division, CeeDee Lamb and A.J. Brown and Malik Neighbors and obviously now George Pickens and Devonta Smith, like, these are some of the best wide receivers in the game, and we need a physical specimen on that outside that's going to be able to battle with these guys. Have you ever taken a second to really think, and I know it probably hasn't sunk in too much yet just because we haven't necessarily played, but have you got a second to really think that this cornerback position group had a true makeover and has the potential to be one of the biggest turnaround groups of the season, right? Like, you go from Michael Davis and, Benjamin St. Juste and Emmanuel Forbes to a guy like Marshawn Lattimore, hopefully can bounce back, to Trey Amos, to Noah Igbenogany, who showed out last year, to Jonathan Jones. Like, this cornerback room is definitely vastly improved, and I think it's going to vote well for the pass rush, because that way we can all work together as one unit. When the secondary is not lacking, that allows the pass rush to get to the quarterback, because the quarterback's holding the ball long because nothing seems to be getting open. I think a lot of what we do this upcoming season on the boundary cornerback position, and the sole reason why I think drafting Trey Amos was amazing, was it's going to allow us to be more physical. I think Joe Witt Jr., that's truly what he wants. He wants to be man-to-man. Let my guy battle your guy and rely on his personnel. That's the biggest reason why Benjamin St. Juste and Emmanuel Forbes did not work out here, is because a lot of what Joe Witt Jr. wanted to run, why you think it was not a lot of safety help last year? You know what I'm saying? And it got so bad to the point where Joe Witt Jr. had to address it. He's like, yeah, I realized, like, there's not a ton of help beyond my cornerbacks, and that's because I want to rely on my personnel. And that's why they went out and got a Marshawn Lattimore. That's why they went out and drafted Trey Amos. That's why they went out and got a veteran guy in Jonathan Jones, who's undersized but known to play on the boundary and the inside. You still got Mikey Sanders still going back into the inside. You got Noah I as well, who, if you want me to be honest with you, that's probably some of the best cornerback depth that we've had in a long time, if we're being honest, right? Like, you got Noah and Jonathan Jones as your first 2 cornerbacks coming off your bench. Your starters is a young stud in the slot, and Mikey Sanders, still a former Pro Bowl, one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. Marshawn Lattimore, hoping that he can bounce back, which I have no doubt in my mind that he will. And then you have a rookie cornerback that what could have been your 28th pick, or 29th rather, if it wasn't for Josh Connolly Jr. being there. And no one would have batted an eye, because a lot of people felt like cornerback was a position group that was lacking, that Washington needed to upgrade. So it's so cool. It's so great to see that this organization, even though it may not be the prettiest, or they may not do it as soon as we think, they may wait a little bit long, because think about the Von Miller situation, right? How long have people been clamoring and talking about the pass rushing game is what it is. It's not the best, and it doesn't seem like they're going to do anything, to upgrade it at this point. I went on record saying that. Like, I said multiple times, the pass rushing game is terrible, and I think we need to upgrade it, but it's June. It's July. We're too late into the offseason. And they say, you know what? Yeah, right. Yeah, right, Juan. You don't know what you're talking about. Von Miller, boom. And Von Miller coming here is just going to bode so well for this pass rushing defense and this defensive line as a whole. Even if he doesn't come in and give you double-digit sacks, right? Like if he gives you 5 sacks, but most importantly, he's able to show the ropes to the younger guys and just be a great on-field coach. That's all you're really asking for Von Miller at this point of his career. Everybody does not have to be Bobby Wagner. And I say that to say, last year Bobby Wagner was supposed to be Unc, right? He was supposed to be at the tail end of his career. Bobby Wagner played every game. Damn near Bobby Wagner played every snap, if I can remember correctly. I don't think him and Frankie Louvu ever came off the field. I have to double check that fact about Frankie Louvu, but I know for a fact they said something like Bobby Wagner played every snap last year at the age of 34, 35. So, of course, it'd be great if we got that kind of production out of Von Miller. But the likelihood, given the fact that he doesn't have the cleanest, health history, I'm not sure if that's the possibility. But if he can give you 17 strong games, I think he's giving you at least 8 sacks. If he gives you 17 strong games, he's giving you at least 8 sacks because he got 6 sacks last year in 13 games. So I love that move, and Washington just shows you they're listening. They know that we have holes. They may not address them right then and there, but they're going to get to it as they prove that with this move. Same with Trey Amos, right? Like I said, I was fine with the cornerback position. They talked about how great and highly they thought of the cornerback position prior to the draft. What happened? They ended up drafting Trey Amos. So you kind of, I want to say you don't want to believe what they say, but just know when they say something like, "Oh, we're fine with it," "Oh, we like this position," it's a strong possibility they could just be saying that to the media and behind closed doors they think total opposite of that position. And last but not least, the Terry McLaurin topic. Ian Rappaport came out, not the update that we want, right? But Ian Rappaport came out and basically said Terry McLaurin's contract is exactly gonna get done, right? It's nothing that you should be worried about. Things are rolling. But he also said that Terry McLaurin seen all these other wide receivers get paid. Garrett Wilson and DK Metcalf and all the other receivers this offseason get paid. He wants more than what they have gotten. See, a lot of people love to say Garrett Wilson deserves the 32.5 and he should get paid more than Terry because he's younger than Terry, which is true. But Terry's 29, 30 years old is not the same as a typical 29, 30-year-old guy. We've seen that time again, and people want to say Garrett Wilson is so good and he's played with not a real quarterback for so long and put up these numbers. Terry McLaurin literally did the same thing for years now. He is the older Garrett Wilson, and quite frankly, he is better. Yes. At this point, does Garrett Wilson have the higher upside because he probably will play longer? Yes. But at this point, Terry McLaurin is the better receiver. So if I'm Terry, I'm looking at Garrett Wilson like, you got to stop me at 33 now. If he's getting 32 annually, you got to start me at least 32.5, 33 annually. Because I'm better than this guy. I don't have no serious injury. I've stayed healthy for the majority of my career. I've done everything right. And you've seen the kind of noise that me and Jaden can do. This is just the start. So Ian Rappaport kind of basically summed that up as well. That's basically what he was saying. And as we sit here today, hoping Terry McLaurin gets his contract soon, we're still on a wait watch. But I think we're fine, and I think it's going to get done. But those are the 3 little mini topics I have for you today. Nothing more important than Trey Amos being signed because we did not need another guy holding out or any more negative attention on the Washington Commanders as we have obviously had over the past couple of days. So that being said, let me know what you guys about this video in the comment section down below. As always, being boy Juan Gotti, make sure you like, comment, subscribe to the channel on the road to 11,000 subscribers. Also subscribe to 4th and 1 as that link is down below in the description, and the Burgundy Breakdown, my group channel. You guys are gonna love all that content. All right, y'all have a blessed, stay safe, be easy out there. Peace.
Navigate ballin' like I'm Deshaun, throw the bomb, G. That's IG, my jersey never seen a line.